We also just got an update that it is now a Category 1 hurricane. Really, that's all I can do aside from coming out here during the storm and holding them up. I messed up.
You did.
Good morning. It is the calm before the storm-ish. About 2 o'clock in the morning, our phone started like blaring an alert of a hurricane warning. And it kind of looks like it's going to be heading right for here. Hurricane Henri. Still a tropical storm. I think it has to be at like above 74 miles per hour before it's a Category 1 hurricane. And it's at 70 miles per hour right now, so it's still a tropical storm. My hope is that it will lose some intensity as it approaches New England. Regardless, many of the preparations are set. We've done everything that we need as far as going to the store yesterday, getting gas and all that stuff. Now we have other things to do.
My first thing is to block that south-facing gable end vent so our basement and interior walls don't get soaked because of the driving rain. I have to put the log splitter back into the garage, move the camper forward out from some of the trees just in case some smaller branches fall. I don't want it destroying the roof. There's other things. I wrote them down.
Yeah, me too. I have a list of things I need to do. But lots to do in the garden. I'm gonna try my best to save as much as I can. We have things that need to be tied up, the shade cloth and stuff needs to come down. Yesterday I did the twine for around this area here just to tie up some of the corn that's already fallen over, but try and save some of the ones that aren't. Tie up some of the squash plants with it. I also tied up some of these peppers yesterday with twine. So I got more tomato tape I found in my basement. I also found this clothesline stuff that I must have got at the Dollar Tree a while ago. I'm going to use this to tie up the greenhouse here, wrap around it to the pole. I have bungees on it now, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. A lot of these tomato plants that are just getting really big, I'm gonna tie as best as I can to these poles. I need to grab a couple more of these really big branches, secure them for these really tall ones here. This Abe Lincoln is getting tall, and so is this sunrise bumblebee. So just a lot of different stuff today. They are predicting that the storm will be here starting late tonight and into tomorrow morning. I don't know what I'm gonna do about these poor sunflowers that are starting to show their beautiful flowers. I have a lot of really tall branches over there. I might try and make some sort of brace for them. We will try, because if I don't try, they get ruined, then I will be mad at myself for not trying. You gotta try. I'm gonna get started here, see what Steve's doing.
Next thing I want to do is to move the stock tank into the spot where our roof line combines and the water just pours out of it, so that will give us plenty of water to be able to use the facilities still. So there's our roof line, so that should catch enough to fill that up pretty quickly. So the next thing I'm going to do is get the quad out of the garage. I already pulled all my gas cans and the kids' bikes. I can grab the log splitter away from where I've been splitting the wood and put it back into the garage.
Basically all I'm doing is I'm using these really long birch branches that we have from our property that we cut down last year. Some of our tomato plants are so tall with extremely strong wind gusts. I don't want to, and rain, I don't want to risk them just snapping. I'm securing these to the cattle panel, and then I'll be tying the tomato plants up to these branches. I just remember last year how bad it was after ES, and if there's anything I can do to prevent that, I'm going to do it. There's really only so much you can do. I pretty much just removed all of the excess foliage and any suckers that didn't need to be on there. Put those branches up, secured the branches directly to the handy panel, then tied the tomatoes to that. And that's about as much as I can do for these. I'm gonna repeat that process a few more times and then we'll move on. Cherokee purple tomato. Accidentally got it with
My next task is to move the camper, because I will normally shove it as far back on the driveway, but that puts it under these trees. So I'm gonna pull it forward. It's just to try and save some of our investment if just branches are falling and not the whole tree. The battery was a little too weak to power tongue jack, so I had to manually do it. After I get it parked and everything and shocked, I'm going to plug it into the house just to charge the battery. Camper's shocked. Got the stabilizer jacks in, which will hopefully keep it from rocking too bad. It is no longer directly under the trees, so there should be no small branches falling on it that could punch a hole in the roof and destroy it.
It's already 10 o'clock, so I have to hurry up and get the rest of the stuff in the garden tied up, pruned, and just ready to handle substantial wind and rain. I've already done half this garden here, so I'm going to go ahead and move to the second half, which shouldn't take me as long because this side has most of the tomatoes. There are tomato plants on this side, so I'm just going to check over here and tie things up, and then we'll move over to the sunflower bed and see if I can do something with that. I cleaned up the front step here, put away all the kids' toys, cleaned up all the stuff that was over here, put some stuff upside down, and then there's some more toys over there. I should probably check and make sure that those can't blow around. I just don't want things to blow up or end up in the road or get in the way if we need to get in there and cut a tree down or something like that. Hi chickens! You ready? We gotta get you some water. Yeah.
Next step is to make sure the chickens have enough water and food so we don't have to come out here during the hurricane. They'll have fresh, clean water and plenty of food to last them through.
So this is our sunflowers based on an eyeball measurement around with Steve. We think they're about 10 to 11 feet tall. I'm gonna see what I can do about corralling them up somehow. I don't know if the majority of people think I'm insane for trying to save sunflowers, but I don't really care. is what I did. I pretty much just stabilized everything together and then tied some of the sunflowers to the stakes, and really that's all I can do aside from coming out here during the storm and holding them up. I don't think I can do much else. I just staked them up and tried to make it sturdy enough to handle the wind, but at the same time easy enough to take down after. We will see. It's not pretty, but hopefully it will work. We are pretty much almost all set outside. I think Steve is working on cleaning out the rain barrel. The water that was in there was really yucky because we realized that we should have put some filtration rocks on the top. He's cleaning that out. We also just got an update that it is now a Category 1 hurricane. We're hoping that it weakens before it makes landfall, but only so much you can do. We filled our gas cans, filled our car gas tanks, filled our water tanks. So we have like the 5-gallon water jugs inside that are full of our tap water, and then we also fill the containers for drinking water as well. And then we fill like the kids' little water bottles that they usually drink from. We make sure that we have a couple extra full, some for ourselves as well. We also make sure that the dogs have containers are full of water. Steve filled the chickens inside and outside water containers. Right now he's draining out our rain barrel because it's kind of yucky. It needs those filtration rocks on the top.
After it's done, I'm gonna drain it out, wash it out, move it, and spray the stuff that's in the gutter out.
Super preparing. We have cash. We check the batteries, make sure that all of our rechargeable batteries are charged, make sure that our solar generators inside are charged and ready to go. We have a 1250 watt solar charger and a 500 watt solar charger, essentially a solar generator that we keep inside to power things like recharge our cell phones, power some small fans, some lights, and the kids' devices and things like that. So we really like having those in addition to the gas generator that we have.
The gas generator?
Yeah.
55 running, 8250 starting.
Because we had lost power for a while with Irene, and then Sandy happened. We got that one after Sandy. Check the batteries, make sure we have all the flashlights together. You know, essentially everything is close. We know where it is, but just double checking where everything is. Make sure all the laptops, iPods, iPhones, iPads, all the Apple products are charged up. Sometimes, I mean, our freezers are full right now, so even if I was able to do it, I wouldn't be able to fit anything in there. If your freezers aren't really full, you can freeze bags of water or extra ice in Ziploc bags just to keep your freezer cooler while you don't have power. Oh, I've done all of the laundry, and I have one more load, like a last minute load of laundry that I'm gonna be doing. I have a sink full of dishes. I need to make sure that all those get cleaned and put away, give the kids baths, and take showers. So that's what we have left. We put away everything that could become a projectile, blown away, fall or break. We tied up pretty much everything in the garden as best as I could. We know where all the cords are. You have the one for the camper that you need to get. So yeah, I think that is it. Just the rest of the stuff that I have to get done is all inside. Later on today, we are going to be going through the garden and harvesting all of the things that need to be harvested before the hurricane. But I'm going to do that in another video because I feel like this one's probably been really long. I thought this was going to be a quick video. Yeah, was it?
We can double speed it.
Double speed it.
Triple speed.
Double speed it and thumbs up it.
Yes. Thumbs upping it is important.
So that'll do it for part 2 of us preparing for a hurricane. Hurricane Henri. We appreciate you very much for watching, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up it. I messed up.
You did.
And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.